The following is a production of White Lightning Entertainment. This is Burning Rubber Radio.
Into three.
Clear? He's
Elliott clears, and around goes Hamlin in the wall. Denny Hamlin crashes
Turn 4.
before Elliott makes it to the white flags. Keselowski turns the one. Byron into the wall. Yellow. It's over.
Chase Elliott is your winner, folks. He is back. Oh, big win for them guys.
The leader did receive a white.
Boys, you're going to Dawsonville. Chase Elliott wins the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400.
Burning Rubber Radio is brought to you by Drive Refine. It's more than driver coaching. It's Drive Refine. Visit driverefine.com to get signed up today. Now from the White Lightning Entertainment Studios in Statesville, North Carolina, here's your host, Andy DeLay.
It's Burning Rubber Radio time. Hey, everybody. We're back like a bad dream. I'm Andy DeLay, your host, along beside, my producer, Wayne Owens.
A bad dream. A bad dream. Okay, sure. Yeah, we're a good dream.
Okay, well, the NASCAR chef John Dick's with us too, man. And if all you folks out there that can't see us that are listening on the radio, and for the folks that can see us, I finally got my Bubba Pollard 88 shirt, and I am wearing it today, happily in the studio. And whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, man, I'm here. What a hell of a weekend of racing we had at Texas. But of course, Rowdy's back in victory lane in the Spire Motorsports number 7 in the Truck Series. Ryan Sieg and Sam
I'll tell you
Mayer.
what, don't break the surprise on that one yet. We want to hold that one for news of the week because that's a good one.
Okay, yeah, they battled it out for a win in the Xfinity Series, and of course, finally, after forever, Chase Elliott makes it to victory lane at Texas and fires off the 6 shooters, and it was a heck of a good time there, boys.
It really was, yeah. Watching the Texas race this past weekend was some really good stuff, but something that I was looking at yesterday, Andy, because one of the many old school racers that I happen to be friends with is one Ricky Craven. And he made a post yesterday that I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna have to touch on because he's not wrong about how TV works in regards to streaming and other things like that. And it's a whole thing.
That ought to be pretty cool. And
Yeah,
of course,
it's going to be interesting.
we're going to be blowing some duck farts today with the NASCAR chef.
Oh, you mean these?
Yeah, you think if everyone's like, those disgusting son of a guns. Well, no, it's truth. Anyway, man, we're looking forward to that, and we have one of our buddies, one of NASCAR's legends of all time. Wayne, you want to tell them who we got?
Oh, man, we have got the one and only Red Farmer coming back on the show this week here, and not going to lie, Red is a phenomenal guest, folks. 95 years old, but still a racer's racer. Like, the fact that this guy gets out and still kicks ass and takes names in a dirt late model at his age, that goes to show that it does not matter how old you are. It is all about how youthful you feel.
That's right, guys. Being Talladega week, we figured we'd have Red on this week, and I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely, man. We love Red Farmer. I'm glad he loves us too. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, we definitely have a good old time with it. Yeah, but with that said here, folks, we've got to step aside. We got to take that first foreign fuel of the show here. But when we come back, actually, before we do that, we've got to talk about our sponsors. Now, of course, you hear about Drive Refine in the open of the show, folks. Make sure you visit driverefine.com to get signed up today with Joey Coulter and Austin Terrio. No matter if you race real world, simulation, whatever the case might be, visit driverefine.com and get signed up today to get some. It's not even driver coaching. It's Drive Refine.
It's Drive Refine.
It's literally the best way to work on your communication skills with your crew chief. Also, folks, make sure you go check out iRacing at iRacing.com for the world's premier online motorsports simulation. Again, iRacing.com. And for new members, if I remember correctly, there's still a 1 month free trial that you can get when you sign up for iRacing for the very first time. And then after that, it's like $9.99 a month. I mean, that's kind of hard to beat, especially for the level of quality that goes into iRacing. So make sure you go check out iRacing.com. And also the folks over at MyPillow at mypillow.com/BRR. And make sure you use the promo code BRR at checkout to get your entire order shipped for free.
You said it different this week. Not for free shitting. Oh, I mean shipping. Dang, there goes the first air wrench. Oh my God, man. Those dang air wrenches. 13 last week, Wayne.
Yep, 21 2 weeks ago, 13 last week, and why is it I got a feeling this week there's probably gonna be like 18 or 19.
That's what I was gonna say. No telling how many today, guys, but hang in.
Right, exactly. And who knows? But with that said here, folks, like I said, we're going to step aside. We're going to take that first foreign fuel of the show. And when we come back, we're going to dig into some news of the week. And I think we're going to get on that soapbox again, too, when it comes to TV, streaming rights, and all of the craziness that is broadcast media.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others, we heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
we can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future
is our future.
And there's still so much they can teach us.
Burning Rubber is social. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Burning Rubber Radio. Now back to more Burning Rubber.
And we are back on Burning Rubber. It's producer Wayne along with Andrew DeLay and the NASCAR chef Gerald Dix and Andy wearing that Bubba Pallad t-shirt. And you know what's funny?
Yeah, baby.
You know what's funny, folks? He rips on me for wearing my Race It, Wreck It, Repeat It t-shirt. So I'm going to give you a little bit of hell today, Andy. Wear your shirt.
That's right. I figured you guys would piss and moan about it, but man, I got to give Bubba Pallard big props. One of my favorite all-time racers. So I'm wearing my Bubba Pallard 88 today.
Well, hey, you know what? The cool part is, folks, and this is the thing we love about this show, is that, yes, the great thing is we are fans first before we are media. And no matter if NASCAR hates that, no matter if IMSA hates it, no matter if the World of Outlaws hates it, I really could give two shits less. Yes.
Here we go again.
You heard me, folks. I said I give two shits. I give two craps less. When it comes to the fact that we are media and everything like that, because we were all fans first when we started this journey into anything related to broadcast sports, whether it be football, whether it be basketball, whether it be racing, whether it be pro wrestling, for crying out loud.
We've done that too.
Yeah, now we have. And the thing that we wanted, the topic that I wanted to talk about here real quick, though, getting back onto the point at hand before we get too lost in conversation here, is, and we've brought up this point before, and this goes back to talking about, being fans prior to getting into broadcasting as far as motorsports or any form of sport whatsoever, is that these major TV networks, they are, in my personal opinion, the reason that NASCAR has lost its way. Because NASCAR, and this goes for any sport. Again, pro wrestling, football, racing, soccer, whatever you like to, hell, even golf, for crying out loud. These sport organizations pander to these television networks and are like, we're going to give you all this money. Or excuse me, the networks are like, we're going to give you all this money, but we want X, Y, and Z. When that, and companies like NASCAR are like, oh my goodness, you're going to give us all this coverage, all for this little bit amount of money. All we have to do is give you all this sponsor time and this, that, and the third. And they're like, yep, that's all it takes. And then flick of a pen, sign a deal, and it's all said and done. And in turn, because it's been that way for so many years, it's been Fox, it's been NBC, it's been CBS back in the day, ESPN, ABC, all of the major networks, even up until now where we've got Netflix, Prime Video, Apple, Spotify, all these companies. The reason I bring this up too is Ricky Craven made a post on Facebook yesterday. It's since been removed, but it was something to the effect of these companies, excluding Netflix, have become trillion-dollar monopolies in the broadcast industry. And again, I say that with the exception of Netflix, because Netflix has not yet crossed over that threshold yet. Mostly off of the backs of these sport organizations like NASCAR, like the NFL, like the WWE, and especially when it comes to NASCAR and the WWE. I say this with love because I am a fan of both and will forever be a fan of both. NASCAR and Ricky put this very well yesterday. NASCAR has lost its way when it comes to how TV rights deals should be handled, amongst other things. And instead of stage breaks, where it is a purposeful spot to go in and throw in 6 minutes of of television advertising, or even radio advertising, for crying out loud. And I say this with love because I love the guys at MRN. I love the guys at PRN. We're friends. We'll be friends forever. I don't really care. But the fact of the matter is it's like you have all of these advertising blocks that are getting filled with hundreds of thousands of dollars of advertising per race, that 90% of it goes into the television pocket. 10% of it goes to 10% of it is broken down, 5% to NASCAR, 5% to the drivers. And when in turn you go back to the 90s when it was on ESPN and Speed Vision and everything like that, that percentage was a whole lot lower that went to TV, mostly because they didn't care about having 5 and 6 and 7 minute commercial break blocks. They do like most network TV does when you're in primetime programming, 2 minutes of commercials. 50% of it went to NASCAR, 50% of it stayed with the television outlet. We need to go back to that. Cut down the time of commercials, provide more money for the drivers, more money for the organization, and be more of a fair trade-off, in my honest opinion.
Okay. Everyone says thank you very much for that as he gets off of his soapbox. I think that NASCAR will prosper in a lot of different ways if they went to an NFL franchise type system.
That too.
That's, all of these individual teams trying to grab money. You got guys out there running Palicki and all these guys for these little teams, and basically they're just out there to turn a few laps and get the hell out of Dodge. And then you got Hendrick Motorsports. There's no way the two of these teams are anywhere near equitable. I mean, come on, man. One's putting more money into one of their cars every race than the entire MBM Motorsports does all year long in their whole and everything. So,
and that's just to pay the crew.
Correct. And franchising, I think NASCAR takes a hold of everything. They sell their team, a franchise just like they do in the NFL. And as in the NFL, the money is spread among everyone. Green Bay, being a small town, gets the same amount of money as New York Jets. So that is equitable, and the TV money would be equitable, and so would a draft. Gosh, what would it be cool to see a draft from the best of the best drivers in your local tracks? Holy smoke!
That would be great to see. Like you get some of your World of Outlaws guys, or get some of your motocross guys, like Ricky Carmichael, for instance, case in point. And you get all of these guys together that say, "Hey, I want to go race NASCAR next year. I'm going to go try out for the NASCAR draft." And see if I get picked up by Hendrick Motorsports or picked up by Roush Fenway Keselowski or whatever the case might be. And in the same right, but it goes back to what I was just talking about with the TV deal. At that point, make it fairer in regards to the payout that goes to the organization, so that it's a bigger breakdown to those franchisees versus it being 90% to the television network and the sport being virtually shortchanged. Because if you're not going out and paying that, $200-$300 ticket to actually go to the racetrack, you're going to get a more fair product on television and not have to sit through 2 hours of ads in a 4-hour race.
And look at how many races that the two big teams have won this year.
Right, exactly. And then, of course, the other pet peeve that I've got, too, and this is where NASCAR has really lost its way as far as the TV rights deal, is that they are letting these networks say, look, you're not the priority, even though we're paying you billions of dollars every single year. The priority that they have goes to some of their other sports, like golf, like soccer, whatever the case might be. And so, NASCAR will get relegated down to FS1, or what formerly used to be NBCSN. And I'm sorry, the television numbers for a race like Texas on FS1 are going to be slim to none. And,
well, guys, they don't even continue the race when it goes on, when it runs into overtime anymore.
No,
if you want to watch a race, if you're somewhere else on Sunday, you got to record 4 or 5 shows afterwards, or you're going to miss the end of the race. Back in the day, they left the race going until it was finally over with, and they don't do that no more.
Well, realistically, and this is where I say personally that we need to kind of do away with overtime too. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it's great to let them line up and duke it out one last time. But considering that they have unlimited attempts at overtime as well, that is boring the fans who have stuck around through that entire race. And at that point, we need to go back to the way it was, a la the 1998 Daytona 500, where Dale Earnhardt Sr. got that first Daytona 500 win, but he still had to cross the stripe to take the checkered flag, not the white flag, and then the race was over with. He still had to go take the checkered flag. He took the white flag, then took the yellow flag, and then went and took the checkered flag, all at the same time. Race was over, no overtime restarts, but it still counted, because the fact being that when Earnhardt crossed the start-finish line, he had to be able to physically do that with his car. Otherwise, it wouldn't have mattered. He wouldn't have won the race.
Well, Wayne, when I was talking about overtime, what I really meant was when it gets rain delayed or the race gets delayed from a lot of wrecks is what I mean on the overtime when it runs over.
Right.
And they don't do that no more. And, back in the day when there was a commercial going on and they went to caution, they would pull away from the commercials.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
I mean, they do the side-by-side every once in a while, but even then, the side-by-side, it doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi, shall we say, that it would be like if they're mid-commercial, all of a sudden they're like, crash, turn 2!
Right.
That had more power to it, in my opinion. But again, Ricky Craven again, I say had the right idea with what he said yesterday, that everything moving to these streaming platforms because these major networks have lost their way when it comes to working with NASCAR. You're going to see more stuff come up about Prime Video. You're going to see more stuff come up about Netflix. You're going to see more stuff come up about various other things. And when watching those broadcasts, pay close attention to how those broadcasts are done compared to how they were done on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, things like that. And if you notice that the product is better, let NASCAR know that. Because at that point, that says, hey, we made the smart call going over here and we're earning our fan base back versus sticking it out with Fox or NBC or any of those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now we'll never get credentials to any race after this. Anyway.
Yeah, fanboy!
Oh, Lord.
Well, we love it, folks. We love it. But the fact is, we love this sport so much, just like I do, whether with WWE and other stuff like that. That we want to see nothing but success for NASCAR.
Absolutely.
And not just us. Every fan, whether you are an old school fan, whether you are a new school fan with a short ass attention span, whatever the case might be, we still want to see the best for NASCAR. That is why we get on this soapbox every so often when we do. And utilize the critical thinking skill that a lot of executives have forgotten that it exists. But either which way, we're gonna step aside here. We're gonna get to our next foreign fuel, and when we come back, John, I am looking forward to talking to Mr. Red Farmer.
Yes,
sir. Go Red.
Yep. So we're gonna be talking to Red Farmer, and folks, again, if you don't know who Red Farmer is, we've had him on the show before. But
don't know who Red Farmer.
I was gonna say I doubt there's people who don't know who Red Farmer is. But if you don't know who Red Farmer is, go look up the Alabama gang from the historical or from the archives of NASCAR's history books, and or if you even go to the Hall of Fame, go look up the Alabama gang there at the Hall of Fame, and you'll find out all the information you need to know about how badass Red Farmer is. We're gonna be talking to him when we come back.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. And in our family, we're used to getting involved, and I encourage you to do the same, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. When I think about Alzheimer's and the impact it had on my family, I recognize that losing a race isn't such a bad day after all. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others, we heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
We can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
because all children deserve joy
and hope
and love.
And if one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future
is our future.
And there's still so much they can teach us.
Visit us online at burningrubberradio.com for recipes from the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and more great content.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Now back to more Burning Rubber Radio.
And we're back. It's Burning Rubber. And you probably noticed that there's only two of us here right now, and that being the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and myself, producer Wayne. And Andy, John, I hate to say it, I think Andy had to go. He had to go take care of Quacker for a few minutes.
Yeah, I think he's chasing that duck away somewhere. I don't know what happened. But
Yeah,
anyway.
he's doing something. I think it's because he heard. I think Quacker heard about your duck fart recipe a little bit early on in the while we were off the air here, folks. By the way, that's a little hint as to what's coming up with the NASCAR chef here in just a few minutes. But we have got to get over to our guest of the week here, and it's a guest that I love talking to whenever we get the opportunity to hear. One of the founding members of the Alabama gang down in Talladega, Alabama, and that being one Red Farmer. Red, welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, hey, we love having you here, brother. So word on the street has it that you're going to be at Talladega this weekend, not only representing the Alabama gang, but you're also going to be there watching your grandson race, huh?
Yeah, they're running the World of Outlaws is going to be running over at Talladega, the super late model sprint cars.
Very cool. And now, as far as that's concerned, obviously they're not running the full super speedway. So, what exactly is the world? What style track is the World of Outlaws going to be racing at Dega this weekend?
They're running over to dirt track across the street.
Gotcha. Okay, very cool. All right. Well, hey, folks, there you go. Something else to go check out this weekend. And again, check out everything involving the world of motorsports here. The World of Outlaws being at the Talladega short track right next door. Talladega Super Speedway this weekend for the NASCAR Top 3 Series. And make sure when you're there, go say hey to Red Farmer, because Red, we talk about it quite often here. At 95 years old, my friend, you are by far one of the best racers out there, even to this day. And the cool part about you doing what you do in the world of motorsports is beyond a shadow of a doubt record-setting, my friend.
Well, I started when I ran the Ice Bowl at Talladega short track the first week of January, and that started my 76 years of racing.
Wow. Yeah, that is a record. John, am I wrong to think that?
Well, that's incredible. I've hung out with Red at the short track, and I tell you what, boy, he inspires me, and I'm a whole lot younger than that.
And so as far as everything goes there, Red, knowing that you started with the Ice Bowl this year, what else is on your schedule for 2024?
Well, right now I'm just I've got 2 race cars in my shop over with my son-in-law, and we've got 8 race cars in that shop. They're all dirt track cars that we're running, and my one grandson, Caden Maddox, is running the Schaefer Oil Super Late Model Circuit, and he's coming back from up around Tennessee, North Tennessee this year. He'll be at Talladega Friday night. As far as my schedule, I had a little setback in February. I had a mini stroke.
Oh man!
And that's why I'm not right now. Not talking too good. With it's mini stroke, I think it's hit bottom and now. So, but I'm still running my cars. The next weekend, I've got to go to the Smoky Mountain Raceway to a Hall of Fame induction, which I'll be going into that Hall of Fame, and that would be my 16th Hall of Fame that I'm in.
Wow.
And and then the next week I'll be back at Talladega short track and let one of my other grandsons, Lee Burdett, run my car for me. So I'm still going over to my shop every day, working on my cars and playing with them. I still enjoy working on them a lot, do all the mechanical work and set them up and get them ready to race. So since I'm not able to drive it, I'm just going to have one of my grandsons. I've got 3 grandsons that are racing right now. Maddox, Mullinex, Caden Mullinex, and Lee Burdett. All 3 of my grandsons are racing right now. So I got my car ready for them to run whenever they're available.
That is super cool. And then John, the other cool part that I like, the other thing that I love about Red is he is just so modest when he talks about like the Hall of Fame and everything like that. He just says it ever so casually. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's just my 16th Hall of Fame." Like some people would be like, 16 Hall of Fame inductions? You're cracked. Like people would be like, you should be celebrating that a lot more than you are. But the cool part about Red, he has been a pioneer in motorsports for so many years that things like a Hall of Fame induction don't do it for him. It's more so the fact of, and Red, I'm sure you may agree with me on this point. You're more of the true racer, where you would much rather be out on the track on that Hall of Fame than you would be in a suit and tie for a Hall of Fame induction.
Well, I can't say it's something that gets in your blood and you're wanting to race all the time. And when I'm right now, after my stroke, I'm not able to do that. But I'm still able to go over to my shop and work on my cars and get them ready for my grandsons to race. So I'm
that's
going
the best part.
My famous saying, I guess you may call it, is my thought is I'm going to wear out, not rust out.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. There you go, my friend. It is better to fade out than to flame out.
Huh?
It's better to fade out over time than it is to flame out right off the bat. Kind of like what you said. It's better to wear out than to rust out.
Like I said, I'm not going to be what you call a couch potato and just sit around the house and do nothing.
Yep.
I'm going to go on, keep doing what I've done all my life, is race, something to do with racing.
Yep.
So I'm going to, as long as I'm able to go over the garage and work on my cars, and for my grandson to drive them, I'm going to do that.
Yep.
So I've already had my good days, like this Talladega coming across the street. I won 2 500-mile races over there in the ARCA series in '84 and '88, and I finished 4th in the Talladega 500 in '74. So I'm also running some super speedways, and I won the Permatex 300 and finished the series race at Daytona in '71.
Wow.
So I've got super speedway wins too, even though I'm basically a short track driver.
Oh yeah.
I love my short track racing. So you have to keep with it. Just, like you talk about the Hall of Fame deal. The last year we put Donnie Allison in the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Yep.
So he's in there along with Davey, Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison, and me. So the whole Alabama gang, which consists of Bobby, Donnie, and me, are in the NASCAR Hall of Fame now.
Yep. And that is so cool. So cool indeed. And again, folks, to put it into perspective for you, again, like Red said just a few moments ago, 76 years that he has been in motorsports as far as behind the wheel of a car. And at 95 years old, that means he started at the tender age of 19. And folks, with that said here, we're going to step aside. We're going to take that next 4 and fuel. And, oh, God, Andy, I see John, I see Andy and the Duck coming back. We got to run. Oh, boy. We're going to be back with John and the NASCAR Chef segment right after this, folks. Oh, God. Andy, no!
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The MyPillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, MyPillow 2.0. When I invented MyPillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. MyPillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature-regulating thread. MyPillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of MyPillow.
Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use the promo code to save 50% on your MyPillow 2.0. Not only that, for a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
MyPillow.com.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others,
we heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
we can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future
is our future.
And there's still so much they can teach us.
The grill is fired up, and the chef has something good cooking.
Oh, you're cooking, Frankie!
It's the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and more Burning Rubber.
And we are back. It's Burning Rubber. I'm producer Wayne, along with the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and Andrew DeLay, wearing that damn Bubba Pollard t-shirt. I don't know. I don't get me wrong. I like Bubba. I do. I like Bubba, but still. It's just fun to give Andy hell for no reason.
I know. You guys always do that. But
no, you don't do that, Wayne. Come on.
I know. We never give Andy hell over anything. But but we are back here on Burning Rubber. And, man, that conversation with Red, John, like, it sucks that Andy stepped out of the studio and missed it. But... Hey, you know what?
Was chasing a duck around or something. I don't know where Andy went.
That damn duck back again.
He's back in the studio. No.
Hey, Quacker, guess what I got for you, buddy? Because I hear you down there. Do you want to know? Yeah.
Tell him.
Toasty.
Woo.
You're about
Get him out of here. He's gonna start shitting on the floor.
Oh, you mean like this?
I'm sorry, John. Why do we always start this when it's time to eat your stuff, man?
Oh, we love doing this with the NASCAR.
I tell you what, I get no respect.
Oh, folks, I swear, I think we're gonna relabel this from the NASCAR chef recipe to fun silly gaff, whatever.
Yeah, something, man, or something like "Don't step on the duck."
Lord.
Anyway, John, it's time to eat, buddy.
Yeah, it is time to eat here. The NASCAR. Oh, by the way, folks, I meant to tell you, we got something new for the NASCAR chef this week. You remember the fun graphics package we told you that we've been working on over the last couple of months? Well, the NASCAR chef, he's got a sexy new look this week here. Would you look at that?
Wow.
And for you folks on the radio, head over to YouTube, Burning Rubber Radio. Check it out on Rumble, YouTube. I mean, all of those places.
And by the way, folks, when you're looking at that title, that does not say duck fart shit. That is duck fart shot.
Well, guys, I tell you, we've had this darn duck in the studio for the last couple of weeks, so he was making a bunch of noise, so we did a duck fart shot. Ooh.
Okay. Woo-hoo. All right, hit me with it, John, because I feel a little day drinking coming on today. So.
Okay, guys, we're going to start with about a medium to tall shot glass, a half an ounce of coffee liqueur, a half an ounce of Irish cream liqueur, and a half an ounce of whiskey. Now, you can put a little more if you want, but what you want to do is you want to pour the coffee liqueur into the shot glass, and that's the base. As you see on the picture, or you can go on YouTube and look at it, the bottom layer is the coffee liqueur. Now, you want to pour the Irish cream on top, but you don't want to mix together. So if you put a spoon inside the cup and put it up the back side of it, or the bottom side of the spoon, up against the glass, and slowly pour your Irish cream in there, it won't mix up and it'll make a layer. And then you want to repeat the whiskey on top of it. And guys, you're going to have you a nice little drink. It's called the duck fart shot. Sorry, guys, I had to do that this week.
Oh, he.
Oh, man.
Where's that duck, Andy? Quit kicking him.
Yeah.
Get out of here, duck.
Wow.
Oh, my Lord. Thank you, John, for getting that out.
Right.
Hey, guys, if y'all have any funny little recipes, please send them to me at john@brrtv.net. I'm sorry, I started to say .com. But john@brrtv.net. Send me some recipes, and we'll have a lot of fun, and I'll give you a shout out.
I'll tell you what, John. Since we're on the alcohol kick here today, folks, we're gonna do a double recipe. I'm gonna give everybody another recipe that works great for alcohol too.
Oh boy,
John, have you ever heard of a liquid chocolate chip cookie?
No, sir.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you something that'll really.
I have.
Well, yeah, you've heard of it because I've shown you what is.
No, I heard you delivering one in the restroom one time.
We won't go into that. Folks, TMI, just FYI.
Oh, you ass! I told.
There goes the cooking segment in the garbage again.
Yep. But no, so a liquid chocolate chip cookie, John, they actually make so you've seen Screwball, the peanut butter whiskey, right?
Oh yeah.
So they make one now. It's called Dough Ball. It's cookie dough whiskey. And
cool.
take you an ounce of cookie dough whiskey along with your favorite chocolate milk. Now, personally, I'm a Fairlife chocolate milk kind of guy. Just
Same here.
It's lactose free. And it's still just as healthy for you. It's got all the protein. It's got everything else in it that you need.
Half the fat and half the sugar.
Exactly. And still...
Fairlife, you can send us a check in the mail.
Yep, exactly. Thanks, Fairlife. But take you an ounce of the dough ball and take you 2 ounces of the chocolate milk and build it. And then that's all it is. A liquid chocolate chip cookie.
Sounds good. I need to get slim. I don't drink anymore, anyways, or any less. But you know how it is.
Well, and I'll tell you what. I'll make it even better. You want to turn it from a liquid chocolate chip cookie into a liquid Oreo cookie? Go to your favorite ABC store or wherever your favorite liquor is sold, and also grab a thing of cookies and cream moonshine made by the folks at Midnight Moon. And again, Midnight Moon, we'll expect a check in the mail. Thank you very much. And but. Take you that, put it in your freezer for about 2 or 3 hours, let it get really good and chilled, and at that point, pour you another ounce of that on top of the chocolate milk and just watch it just meld together and blend ever so perfectly, and you have a liquid Oreo cookie.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell folks to put the liquor in the freezer to watch it freeze, and I'm like, you'll be sitting there forever.
I was gonna say, because liquor don't freeze unless it's too low a proof, but either which way. But yeah, folks, that is the recipe of the week from the Nasco Chef John Dix. And folks, the cool part is, again, with those bigger, better graphics, you get to see it in full screen now to get yourself that recipe for the duck fart shot. So if you're watching it on YouTube at youtube.com/Burning Rubber Radio, or on Rumble by searching Burning Rubber Radio there, or just Burning Rubber, either one works.
And you can find it on TikTok later on this week. Of course, I've been doing all the TikTok videos. Folks, go over there and follow us and check out the recipe later this week.
Yep, and watch it on screen there. The duck fart shot. And if you need the recipe for the liquid chocolate chip cookie, just, again, feel free to email John at brrtv.net, and, he can pass it along to me, and I can get it sent your way. But with that said here, folks, again, take one good look at the recipe here before we get ready to head to our next and
Lord.
Lord, that duck is doing
no doubt.
I was almost wondering if we could get that synced up and be like, let's try it for fun, Andy. Hit the duck.
That worked. That was a duck fart, folks.
I think next week we're gonna have roast duck.
There you go. Why not? Oh my God! I can see us, folks. The duck is going to make its debut on our TikTok channel this week.
Yeah, I think it's time that the duck makes. Oh God, folks, and this tells you exactly how much fun we have doing this, because if we didn't. Yeah.
I wouldn't do the show if it wasn't fun.
Right.
It's been 16 years of fun, baby.
Oh yeah, and that's what's even harder to believe is that it's already been 16 years, and folks, a lot of this you may not even actually hear, but just because of editing and other fun stuff like that. Actually, no, you know what? I found what I was looking for here, John. That's what's going to happen to the duck next week.
I like that one. Oh my gosh, there you go. Wayne, if we could see our audience right now, you know what we'd hear and see? Everyone said I ain't listening to these jackasses.
But folks, I tell you what, the thing of the matter is though, and we say this out of pure love and respect for Quacker because he's been hanging out in the studio. If he were to see the vat of water that John has for him for next week, there's only one thing I think he's going to say, Andy.
Might even put them on the grill. Look at our group chat, guys.
Oh my
gosh.
We'll have to look at the private text group after we go to our next Ford Fuel, which actually is time that we do because we got to get into news of the week. We got to get into picks for the upcoming race weekend, folks. There's a whole lot of stuff that we have got to touch on when we come back. Oh my God, John, what did you do?
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50% and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
What can we learn from a child?
That spreading joy
is more important than a trophy.
That when we help others,
we heal ourselves.
That with a little love,
we can make the biggest impact.
At Speedway Children's Charities,
our mission
is simple.
Help every child we can.
Because all children deserve joy.
And hope.
And love.
And if one child is still in need,
then there's still work to do.
Because their future
is our future.
And there's still so much they can teach us.
Burning Rubber is social. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Burning Rubber Radio. Now back to more Burning Rubber.
And we are back. It's Burning Rubber Radio. And folks, if you knew how much fun we have during the commercial breaks, especially after John's segment when we're sitting here talking about all the gaffes that we do just to see how badly we can make the NASCAR chef crack up. I would dare say, Andy, the comparison to that, we were talking about, like networks and sports and everything like that in the earlier segment of the show here. It's kind of like what people used to do to The Undertaker in WWF and WWE, how he was always that stoic face and it's like, I will not break. And they did everything they could to just make him crack the hell up for no reason. And there were a few times that people got him to break character, and it was kind of funny to watch. It's kind of funny to watch the NASCAR chef just sit there just kind of stoically like,
yeah, okay. He's like shaking his head. But it's time for news of the week.
It is. We got to get into news of the week here real quick. And we brought it up in the open of the show here. Chase Elliott breaking his winless streak at Texas Motor Speedway this past weekend. 42 races he went without a win. And, I mean, that's a season and change without a win.
Yeah, that's a lot for a top tier team,
and especially for the most popular driver in NASCAR too. Right. Because you look at his 2023 season. He was out for what was it, like almost 12 weeks with a broken leg, or 6 weeks with a broken leg, and then throughout the season he lets his aggressiveness get the better of him. misses a race or two because of suspension, and then just throughout the rest of the 2023 season, not going to lie, the performance of Chase Elliott was rather lackluster. And so it's good to see, that side of Hendrick Motorsports, getting back up on the saddle and doing something as good as good as Sunday was, where he got himself the win. And the other thing to mention too is once again this weekend we had a 1-2 finish from Hendrick Motorsports.
No, we did not.
Yes, we did.
No, we did not.
Yes, we did. Go back and hold on. You know what, folks? I'm going to sit here and debate this with Andy for a second. So if we go pull up the results here, okay, no, they actually changed it then, because originally they had so they changed it post race then, because they originally scored William Byron as being in second, not Brad Kay.
Brad Keselowski finished second.
So okay. All right, so fair point then, because you know what? I turned off the race shortly after post-race. I do myself a favor to not try and spoil any results before I go look at news of the week the next day or 2 days after when we're recording the show here, to get everything situated. So it kind of not ruin spoilers for me, but yeah, oh well, whatever.
Yeah, so, that's right. You just talk to the guy that runs your social media over here.
You're right.
I could have told you.
Oh, trust me. I go radio silent when it comes to social media, just because I don't like the spoilers. But either way, but good stuff for Chase Elliott getting the win after 42 races this past Sunday at Texas Motor Speedway. And Andy, we brought this up as well in the open of the show here, where photo finish anybody?
Wow,
like
Ryan Sieg
and
Sam Mayer.
Yep, Ryan Sieg and Sam Mayer, and Sam Mayer gets the win. And if I remember the separation correctly, Andy, it was literally 0.0003 seconds.
Yeah, if you look at the picture, it's a bumper would be a mile.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a spoiler, boys. I mean, a splitter.
Yeah, it's barely the splitter. I mean, looking at the picture that I see here, the splitter on Sam Mayer's car has like 2 inches ahead of Ryan Sieg.
That's incredible.
And actually, I was wrong. I threw 1 extra zero in there on the separation. It was 2 1/1000ths of a second difference.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ryan too, because that would have been his first win.
It would have been, but the fact that he's got a car that good though, he keeps pushing. He's going to get that first win.
That's good to see, and it's also good to see our boy and Jeremy Taylor, of course, with the show, working with Colleague Racing and AJ Allmendinger finished fourth, in that race.
Some good stuff all the way around for all the folks over at Colleague as well,
and here at Burning Rubber.
Oh yeah, but now it is that time here, folks, where we've got to get ourselves over to picks.
Oh, hold on, one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was another Earnhardt that made their first start this weekend.
Was it
Millbridge? Was it Kylie Earnhardt made her first? That's right. Bobby Dale's daughter is out there running the little open wheel carts too. So
you know what's funny is I remember meeting Kylie at Mountain Creek Speedway back a couple of years ago when Brylan was running his car, and Kylie. One thing I've noticed, the difference between Kylie and Brylan is Brylan, obviously, folks, is a very shy young man until he warms up to you. But Kylie, she'll just come right up to you and be like, "Hey, how are you?"
Oh yeah, Kylie's a sweetheart. So that's our Bobby Dale Earnhardt. He's a member, part of this show, part of this cast, that's his kids. And so I couldn't move on to picks of the week without bringing that up, buddy.
Hey, totally fair too, and good stuff for Kylie and Brylan. Both racers, and of course Bobby Dale doing his thing, Jeffrey doing his thing, Junior doing his thing. It's the Earnhardt stable, literally.
It is JR Motorsports, baby.
Yeah. But with that said here, folks, we've got to get ourselves over to picks for Talladega for this weekend here. And, folks, we all know how it is with super speedways. It is as crazy can get. And so, John, home track for you, pick number 1.
Yeah, well, my pick this week didn't work out like it did the last couple of weeks. But I'm going with Mr. Blaney in the 12 car.
Okay. Yeah, Ryan didn't have too good of a run this past weekend at Texas, so we'll hope to see if he can make up for it coming up here in Talladega this weekend. Andrew, next pick.
William Byron, baby.
Okay, fair enough. Super speedways always unpredictable, so you never know what we're going to see. You know what? I'm gonna take the shot in the dark here, just because I feel like he's due, and it doesn't matter what track he gets it at. I'm gonna say Corey LaJoie this weekend.
All right, some Spire Motorsports action there.
Yeah.
Corey's run good there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was running good this past weekend. I say a dark horse is Bubba Wallace. Boys, that guy's been tough lately. He's been running up front.
And he does run good at the big tracks too. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, but then again, it's a super speedway. Anybody can run good there.
I was gonna say, I think David Starr's in the race in the.
and honestly, after watching some of Bubba's moves from this past weekend at Texas Motor Speedway, no, just
okay,
no.
Guys, let's do something new. Y'all be nice.
Yeah, right.
Wait
no more beating up on poor Bubbles.
Wait a minute. Be nice.
Where's that damn duck?
Wow.
But with that said, here, folks, we have got to wrap up for the week here on Burning Rubber Radio. It has been an awesome time here, and again for our guest this week, Red Farm.
We're all sad about leaving.
Well, you might be sad about leaving, but you know what? We still got to get out of here for the week, Andy. We are the fastest 60 minutes in motorsports for a reason.
That's right.
Yep.
And but with that said here, folks, again, for our guest of the week, Red Farmer, for the NASCAR chef, John Dix, for Andy DeLay, I am producer Wayne. We love you guys, and until next week, burning rubber, baby.
Burning rubber, baby.
Burning rubber, baby.
Burning Rubber Radio is a production of White Lightning Entertainment with studios in Statesville, North Carolina, and was brought to you by Drive Refine. It's more than driver coaching, it's Drive Refine. Visit driverefine.com to get signed up today. This week's show was produced by Wayne Owens. Remember to visit burningrubberradio.com for news, recipes, and more great content. Burning Rubber Radio can be seen on Rumble, YouTube, or wingding.tv and heard on radio stations nationwide. Any use of the accounts or descriptions contained in this broadcast must be the express written permission of White Lightning Entertainment.